Most Mazda owners believe their Skyactiv engine will last forever with minimal maintenance. Wrong. Your Mazda sits in the driveway right now with habits slowly destroying components that cost thousands to replace. Here's what Mazda dealerships won't tell you. The difference between a Mazda that dies at 100,000 miles and one that runs strong past 300,000 miles comes down to daily driving habit. In this video, I'll reveal 14 stupid habits destroying Mazda engines, transmissions, and drivetrains before 50,000 miles. Habit number 14. Warming your Mazda wrong. The first killer of Skyactiv engine longevity is how you warm up your Mazda. Extended idling for 10 to 15 minutes before driving damages your engine in 3 ways. First, idling leaves unburnt fuel on cylinder walls. Skyactiv engines run 13 to 14 compression ratios, the highest in production gasoline engines. Cold engines don't vaporize fuel completely. That excess fuel washes down cylinder walls, removing the oil film protecting your piston ring. Second, idling causes condensation and carbon deposits that contaminate oil. This creates corrosion that destroys engines within 5 years. Third, revving cold is even worse. Oil takes 10 to 30 seconds to reach critical Skyactiv components. Rev before oil arrives and you create metal-on-metal contact that causes bearing failure, costing $5,000 to fix. The correct warm-up: idle for 30 to 60 seconds, then drive gently for 5 minutes. Keep RPMs moderate until your temperature gauge moves. This protects your Skyactiv engine while warming everything evenly. Habit number 13. Extreme short trips without highway driving. If you regularly drive in slow-moving traffic, city stop-and-go traffic, or sit with your vehicle idling, you're accelerating carbon buildup significantly in your Skyactiv engine. Short trips create 3 problems. First, moisture buildup causes sludge formation and exhaust system corrosion. Second, cold engines don't burn fuel efficiently. Unburned fuel seeps past piston rings into your oil, reducing lubrication. Third, your catalytic converter needs 750 to 1,150 degrees Fahrenheit to burn off emissions. Short trips never reach this temperature, clogging the converter. Replacement costs $2,000 or more. Mazda's official service bulletin states that extremely short trips require reduced oil change intervals. When you take a lot of extremely short trips where the engine never reaches normal operating temperature, reduce your oil change interval significantly. Once per week, drive highway speeds for 20 to 30 minutes to reach full operating temperature and burn off carbon deposits. Habit number 12. Using conventional oil. One of the leading causes of carbon deposits in Skyactiv engines is owners using cheap conventional oils. Most conventional oils have high volatility numbers, meaning they vaporize more quickly when exposed to heat. Conventional oils break down rapidly under Skyactiv's extreme compression ratios operating on 87 octane fuel. This leaves carbon deposits on intake valves that direct injection can't wash away. I've seen Skyactiv engines with less than 100,000 miles that look like they had 300,000 because owners used conventional oil. Carbon buildup blocking intake valve, oil sludge clogging the PCV system, worn cam bearings from inadequate lubrication. Always use full synthetic oil meeting Mazda specification. For most Skyactiv G 2.5-liter engines, that's SAE0W20. For turbocharged 2.5T models, use SAE5W30 full synthetic. Habit number 11. Ignoring PCV-related carbon buildup. The 2.0-liter and 2.5-liter Skyactiv engines can have issues with carbon deposit. The cause is typically oil and vapors from the positive crankcase ventilation system. Skyactiv engines have a large oil separator under the intake manifold. When the PCV system clogs with sludge, you get oil consumption and rough idling that Mazda owners often accept as normal. Because Skyactiv engines use direct injection, intake valves never contact fuel. There's no self-cleaning like port injection engine. Carbon builds up over time, restricting airflow and causing rough idle power loss and poor fuel economy. Clean or replace the PCV valve every 60,000 miles. Use only top-tier gasoline. Add Techron fuel system cleaner every 5,000 miles. Take highway drives and occasionally rev to 5,000 RPM when fully warmed. For established carbon buildup, professional walnut blasting every 60,000 to 80,000 miles removes deposit. This costs $600 to $800 but maintains performance. Habit number 10. Wrong oil viscosity. Using wrong oil viscosity destroys Skyactiv engines faster than extended intervals. Skyactiv engines have incredibly tight tolerances. Use 10W40 instead of required 0W20 and you risk oil starvation, overheating, and variable valve timing issues. Engine overheating warps cylinder heads, cracks engine blocks, or damages transmissions. That's over $4,000 in damages. Using thicker oils can damage Skyactiv engines in under 15,000 miles. Mazda writes the viscosity rating on your oil cap for a reason. Use exactly what's specified. For most Skyactiv G 2.5-liter engines, that's SAE 0W20. For Skyactiv G 2.5T turbocharged engines, use SAE 5W30. Never substitute equivalent viscosity. Honda's 1.5T turbo suffered massive oil dilution problem. While Skyactiv 2.5T engines don't have widespread dilution issues, short trip driving can still cause fuel contamination. Using correct viscosity helps combat this. Habit number 9. Extended oil change interval. Mazda's maintenance system may recommend extended intervals, but it's normal for Skyactiv engines to consume oil under normal driving conditions. Engine oil consumption may be as high as 0.8 liters per 1,000 kilometers. If you follow the maintenance system to 10,000 or 12,000 miles between changes, your oil looks like tar. One 2017 CX-5 went 14,000 miles on one oil change. Oil was so thick it barely flowed from the drain plug. Filter completely plugged. Engine lost compression. Repair cost $3,400. Safe rule for Skyactiv engines: never exceed 7,500 miles between changes. For severe driving like city traffic or short trips, change every 5,000 miles. Oil analysis results from multiple Skyactiv owners show fuel dilution increases dramatically with short trip driving pattern. Even quality synthetic oil breaks down faster under these conditions. Habit number 8. Neglecting MAF sensor. Cleaning. One of the most common repairs on the 2.5-liter Skyactiv is the mass airflow sensor that causes engine codes. The sensor may last only 60,000 miles before requiring replacement. The leading cause is contamination of the sensor element. When dirty, your Skyactiv engine runs rich or lean, causing poor performance and reduced fuel economy. Clean your MAF sensor every time you replace your engine air filter, approximately once per year. Use only CRC MAF sensor cleaner designed for mass airflow sensor. Other cleaners destroy the sensor instantly, requiring $180 replacement. Handle the sensor carefully during cleaning. The sensing element is fragile and expensive to replace. Habit number 7. Driving aggressively, rapid acceleration, and hard braking burn fuel and put enormous stress on your Mazda. Aggressive driving lowers gas mileage by 30% on highways and 40% in stop-and-go traffic. Hard braking generates extreme heat up to 500 degrees Fahrenheit. This warps rotors and wears out pads and calipers faster, putting your life at risk. Constant high stress cycles stress Skyactiv transmissions and engine mounts, causing failure in just 30,000 miles. Mazda's Skyactiv drive transmission uses early torque converter lockup across all gears for fuel efficiency. Aggressive driving while the converter is locked creates excessive wear on clutch packs and can cause torque converter failures by 50,000 miles. Habit number 6. Ignoring Skyactiv drive transmission. Fluid Mazda developed Skyactiv drive transmissions in-house to replace problematic Jatco units from early 2000s. These transmissions are reliable when maintained properly, but suffer when fluid changes are skipped. Many Mazda owners with transmission problems aren't maintaining fluid properly or use their vehicles for towing without adjusting service intervals. Mazda CX-9s and CX-5s used for towing have higher transmission failure rates when fluid isn't changed regularly. Change Skyactiv drive transmission fluid every 60,000 miles for normal driving. If you tow or drive in extreme conditions, change every 30,000 miles. Always use genuine Mazda ATFFZ fluid. Generic fluids don't maintain proper hydraulic pressure in Skyactiv valve bodies and cause harsh shifting or premature failure. Habit number 5. Wrong tire pressure. Over 11,000 accidents occur yearly due to tire problems. Under or overinflated tires cause blowouts, increased braking distances, and poor traction. Many Mazda owners think the number on the tire sidewall is correct pressure. Wrong. That's maximum PSI the tire handles. Check the number on your driver's side door jamb for correct pressure. Check tire pressure monthly. Don't wait for the TPMS light. That light means pressure is 25% low, making you 3 times more likely to crash. Wrong tire pressure also reduces fuel economy significantly. For Skyactiv engines designed for maximum efficiency operating on 87-octane fuel, proper tire pressure is critical for achieving advertised MPG. Habit number 4. Overloading your Mazda. Going past your Mazda's gross vehicle weight rating puts massive strain on suspension, brakes, and drivetrain. Mazda puts that information on the door jamb for a reason. Make this a habit and you'll wear out shocks, struts, and springs. Replacing entire suspension costs over $2,000. Overloaded Mazdas are harder to control and have longer braking distances, making accidents more likely. This is especially critical for CX-9 and CX-5 owners who tow without understanding weight limits. Never exceed your Mazda's weight rating. Check the door jamb sticker before loading cargo or passengers. Habit number 3. Shifting without stopping. Changing from drive to reverse or reverse to drive before your Mazda stops completely forces the transmission to act like a brake. This places shock loads on gears and synchronizers. Over time, this damages transmission gears, drive shaft, and axles. Mazda's parking pawl is designed to hold a stopped vehicle, not stop a moving one. One 2015 Mazda 3 owner reported transmission noise starting at 65,000 miles. The parking pawl was damaged from repeatedly shifting while rolling. Transmission replacement cost $5,000. Always bring your Mazda to complete stop before shifting. That 1-second pause protects thousands in transmission components. Habit number 2. Ignoring early Skyactiv manual transmission issues. If you drive a 2014 to 2016 Mazda 3 with manual transmission, there's a technical service bulletin for 3rd and 4th gear synchronizer problems. The gears and rings are flawed in early models. Symptoms include difficulty shifting into 3rd or 4th gear, grinding noises, or the transmission popping out of gear. This affects more than just Mazda 3 models. Mazda 6 and CX-5 manuals from this period have similar issues. If you experience shifting problems, have your transmission diagnosed immediately. Mazda may replace the transaxle under warranty if documented early. Ignoring these symptoms leads to complete transmission failure, requiring $4,000 plus replacement. For manual Mazda owners, never ride the clutch pedal. This causes the clutch release bearing to make constant contact with the pressure plate, causing premature failure. Clutch replacement costs $2,500. Habit number 1. Skipping regular maintenance. The number 1 habit destroying Mazdas before 50,000 miles is skipping regular maintenance. Skyactiv engines require precise care to reach 300,000 plus miles. Follow the maintenance schedule in your owner's manual. Change oil every 5,000 miles with full synthetic meeting Mazda specifications. Replace spark plugs every 60,000 miles using exact OEM specifications. Clean or replace MAF sensors annually. Service the PCV system every 60,000 miles. Change transmission fluid every 60,000 miles for normal driving, 30,000 miles if towing. Use only genuine Mazda ATFFZ fluid. Document every service with receipts. When problems develop, good records help identify patterns and prove proper maintenance for warranty claims. Most Skyactiv engine problems are maintenance mistakes in disguise. Smart Mazda owners who follow proper schedules keep their vehicles running strong past 200,000 miles without major failures. Your Mazda was engineered for longevity. Proper maintenance habits are how you reach 300,000 miles, while others give up at 100,000 miles. The difference isn't the car, it's the owner.